Hello and welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is your 2022 Outlook reading. We're not only going to take a look at January of 2022, we're going to take a look at the entire year. So I'm doing an annual, a yearly Outlook spread. It's supposed to look like a clock, starting from 1 o'clock all the way to 12 o'clock, meaning January all the way through to December. That's how this one works. In the center of the clock is kind of what the overall theme of the year will be for you. Today I'm using several tarot decks. I will leave that information in the description box just in case you're interested in tarot decks. As you can see, I've already shuffled and pulled your cards, so let's get started, Sagittarius. So for January, I've pulled 3 cards. January, you have the Hangman, you have Justice, and you have the 3 of Cups. So Sagittarius, I feel like you're going to experience a victory after being hung up in a situation. You're going to get clarity, and there's going to be a victory after an uncertain period. So with this Hangman, you may have been left hanging as far as, if you had a court situation, if you were in a legal situation, maybe you didn't know what was going to be the outcome of it. But with this Justice card, you're going to be getting justice, and justice is going to be in your favor. So if you were in a love situation, say that you were hung up on a relationship, maybe you were waiting to get divorced, you're going to find that judgment will go into your favor. You'll finally get divorced. If you were wanting some sort of child support, alimony, spousal support in any kind of way, whatever the terms and conditions of that divorce, it's going to go in your favor. So I see that's happening in January. There's going to be celebrations. So celebrations after having victory in legal situations. In love, also, I feel like some of you might be getting married, but you might be getting married kind of like at the justice of the peace type thing. Maybe you were in a situation where you wanted to get married, but it was hung up because, we're in the world of COVID. So a lot of venues, maybe people couldn't get their venues and, have the type of wedding that they want. So you put it off and you put it off and you were sacrificing, but now you've decided to go ahead and release and just do something easy. With the 3 of Cups celebrations, I see this as small celebrations. So not like 4 of Wands, big marriage celebrations. I see this as small celebrations. And these women in this on this card, they look like they're wearing little wedding dresses and stuff. So I feel like, some of you are going to just go to the justice of the peace and get married in January and kind of do a smaller thing. But still, it's going to be a victory. It's something in your favor. So what I see to summarize January, I think there's going to be a lot of you are going to be dealing with court issues, and there's going to be victories in your favor, whether that's divorces, lawsuits, any type of thing that you had in court. Expect to see victory in your favor. Some of you, again, you're going to just go ahead and just kibosh the big wedding and go for a small justice of the peace type wedding. So that's what I see for January. So February, you have strength. So I feel like some of you in a love situation, this could be, just at face value, find yourself in a strong situation, a strong bond. Maybe you and your partner will be feeling strong and, Bonnie and Clyde type of a relationship, helping each other out, doing what you need to do to help each other out. But some of you might find yourself having to kind of walk on eggshells. You might have things that you want to say and you're kind of reluctant to say things. Maybe someone has an anger issue, so you don't want to really say too much because it might get someone fired up. So you might find yourself kind of like, again, holding your tongue, not really saying what you want to say in a love situation. For work, strength could be the same thing. There might be things going on at work and you just kind of like hold back because it's not a good time to say anything. You don't want to upset your boss. You don't want to upset your co-workers. You just maybe there's policies that are being implemented, different policies, different things. Things change at the beginning of the year at jobs, so you might not be in alignment with what's going on, but you have to be supportive. So that's what strength means to me at work. You're just kind of like, sitting back, holding your tongue and going with the flow. You don't want to rock the boat. So you, in February, a lot of you are going to find yourself just doing that, like holding your tongue, going with the flow. March, there's judgment. So for some of you, when you couldn't, say these things back in February, you might find yourself in March being able to finally get things off your chest, releasing things, saying what you need to say, releasing stress. It's going to be a month of just, communication. So if you're in a love situation, maybe you're, if you're already in a partnership, talking it out, getting things off your chest. Will be the theme of the month. Same thing at work, things that you weren't able to talk about before, you're going to be able to talk about. If you're single, you might find in March that someone might be coming back your way. An ex might be coming back. So, if you're estranged from an ex, separated somehow, you might be surprised that you guys will reconnect. Talk about what went wrong in the past and get back together. Or just could be someone who's been gone for quite some time, could be coming back into your life. So that's what's going on in March. Let's see, April, 5 of Swords. So some of you might find yourself in a situation where, there's fighting. So if you're already in a love situation, there could be fighting, arguments, stress. Some of you could be having trust issues. So don't be surprised if you're already in a connection that you kind of find some arguments happening during the month of April. Same thing at work. At work, you can find yourself being competitive. You can find yourself around like cutthroat people, people who are fighting for a position. Maybe you want to apply for a position, but you're going to find a lot of competition. You're going to find that people are willing to do whatever they need to do to get ahead of the other person. So cutthroat, and this could also be you too. So it fits where it fits. So expect a little bit of discontentment there in April, Sagittarius, when it comes to love, romance, and work. Let's see, we got May. So May, you got the Fool. So the Fool means new opportunities. So some of you might be taking some risks, taking chances on something new. Maybe other people may not agree with you. So maybe if you're at work and you've been at a job for a while and it's secure and it pays well, or it pays the bills, you might want to look into other things that other people might be saying to you. Why are you doing that? You have a good job. Why do you want to leave your job? Why do you want to venture out? Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe people think that that's a little bit risky, but you're willing to do whatever. You're not really caring, about what other people are saying at this point. So in June, you're going to find yourself, in May, you're going to find yourself just out there taking chances. If you're interested in someone, and maybe it's someone that you haven't really, told them how you feel, or maybe someone that you've been a little bit leery and afraid of moving toward, you're going to be brave and you're just going to go for it. So I'd say the theme for May is just, you're going to go for it. Whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to go for it. And not really care about, the risks. You're going to take chances. June, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like the Knight of Pentacles, if you're if you're a couple, you might find your partner working a lot. You may find that there's not a lot of love going on. So June might be a drought when it comes to love and romance in your household if you're already in a partnership. If you're single, nothing is really going on. You might have your eye on someone, but you're not really moving toward that person. You're focusing more on work. If you're waiting for someone to come toward you, don't hold your breath, because the Knight of Pentacles means that this person really has other things. Other things are a priority right now. They're interested in you, but other things are a priority. So I think June is going to be a month of working hard, trying to, if you're in a new job, or even at a job, you're just going to be working, trying to make your way, move up the ladder, working hard to try to, do well at work. Again, if you're in a relationship, you might find that this is a little bit of a drought. Romantically, there's not going to be, there's not much romance going on in June. Some of you might find your partners are working a lot of overtime, stuff like that. That's why I see what's going on in June. In July, you have the King of Swords. So I feel like this person in June who's working hard when it comes to your work, you might get to the point where you're feeling a little bit good. You're feeling secure. You're mastering your job. You're doing well. On the love end, still not much going on in July. You might just decide, whatever you got going on romantically, it's not working. This means that there's no love, there's no romance. Your partner might not be that type who's emotionally, as they say, emotionally available, does not show a lot of emotion. But on the work end, I feel like you're going to be doing well, and you're going to be mastering your work, and you're going to be like that go-to person at this point. August, you have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess means using your intuition. So this might be a time where you are reevaluating a lot of things in your life. You're reevaluating relationships. Some of you might be reevaluating relationships. Some of you might be reevaluating jobs. This is a time where, your intuition is just going to be heightened. If you're wondering about things, it encourages you to use your gut. And this also warns that if you are feeling like you're in a situation and your partner, there might be infidelity, it could be true. Use your gut. The High Priestess is and can be the other woman. Okay, so just be careful with that. But it's during this month, of August, your intuition's going to be heightened, and you're going to be using your gut. And things are gonna, there's gonna be lots of unknown things. But again, I think the High Priestess is the unknown, but it encourages you. She encourages you to use your gut and your intuition. In September, you have Death and Rebirth. So September is gonna be a month of transitions, leaving things in the past. So endings. If you're in a relationship and you've been, trying to figure out whether, you should remain in that relationship or not, you'll find in September, that might be the month where that relationship ends, regardless as to whether it was you who ended it or the other person. But it's going to be transitions. If it's work, if it's a job, that you've been contemplating on leaving, you're going to find yourself, it could be a situation where that job is going to end. You're going to leave that job, but there's going to be something better that's going to come to you as a result. So September is going to be a key point of the year where there's going to be endings and new beginnings for you. Okay. October, you have the Six of Swords. So that's very fitting with that. I feel the Death and Rebirth. You have the Six of Swords, which means that you're going to be leaving old, choppy waters and moving into calmer things. So again, whatever things that were negative for you during the month, they're going to be positive. You're going to be walking away, leaving those things, moving to calmer waters. I think these two very key cards for you during the year of 2022. Death and Rebirth, and moving away from the old and moving towards something new and better. And then for November, you have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is creativity. The Queen of Wands is feeling good. The Queen of Wands is supportive. The Queen of Wands is just creative. So I think, whatever you're walking away from, again, this kind of solidifies that you're moving towards something better, something that's bigger, better, and brighter. If it's a relationship, you might find yourself just, if you're single, you might be out there dating now. So you're having a good time, you're dating. If you're already in a connection, you might find that this is a very passionate time for you. Where things were stagnant with this Knight of Pentacles. Remember I told you, your partner might be busy working. Well, guess what? Your partner is going to be paying lots of attention to you now. There's going to be lots of intimacy and lots of love and excitement and fun. Again, if you're single, you're just going to be out there dating around, having a good time. And then finally in December, you have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is, again, looking at this death and rebirth, a key point in 2022. The Three of Wands means that you're going to be exploring so many other opportunities. You see how she's got her surfboard and she's out there and she's looking out, and you can see that she's looking for other things, or maybe waiting for something to come in, but it's fun and it's exciting. You can see that she has these torches there, which is fire. So I think that, you know, toward the end of the year, you're going to be looking for other opportunities and making it happen. You're going to be leaving, you know, these choppy waters behind with the Six of Swords, moving on to the smooth, calmer waters. You see how these waters are nice and calm. You know, she's actually waiting for some waves to come in, waiting for some excitement to come in. So that's how your year is going to end, just with endless possibilities. Lots of possibilities, endless possibilities. Okay, back to the center of your reading. We had very soon. So clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. I think that really plays a key part in your entire reading. And the Nine of Cups, feeling good about yourself. Toward the end of this year of 2022, you're going to be feeling good about yourself. You're going to work on yourself. And gain the self-confidence that you need. You're not really, if you're single, you're not really going to be worried about being in a relationship, because you're going to be happy with yourself. Okay, so that's what I see for not just January of 2022, but 2022 all around. So thank you so much, Sagittarius, for stopping by and watching my video, and have a wonderful day and have a happy new year. Thank you.